Welcome to the ultimate battle. In this video, I will be comparing the strengths and weaknesses of two of the most powerful predators on the planet, the polar bear and the saltwater crocodile. The polar bear is the largest land carnivore in the world, and it is known for its strength, agility, and hunting prowess. The saltwater crocodile is the largest crocodile in the world, and it is known for its powerful bite and aggressive nature. So, who would win in a fight between these two apex predators? Let me start with polar bears' comparative advantage in the battle. Polar bears are the largest land carnivores in the world. They can grow up to 10 feet long and weigh up to 1,500 pounds. Their fur is white, which helps them to blend in with the snow and ice. They have a thick layer of fat that helps them to stay warm in cold weather. Polar bears are excellent swimmers. They can swim for long distances and dive deep underwater. They use their swimming skills to hunt seals, walruses, and even whales. They will often stalk their prey for hours before attacking. Polar bears are apex predators, which means they are at the top of the food chain. They have few natural predators, but they are sometimes killed by wolves or walruses. Polar bears are an important part of the Arctic ecosystem. They help to keep the population of seals and walruses in check. However, polar bears are also threatened by climate change. As the Arctic sea ice melts, polar bears are losing their habitat and their ability to hunt. Polar bears are solitary animals, and they only come together to mate. Female polar bears give birth to 1 to 3 cubs, and they will stay with their cubs for about 2 years. Polar bears can live for up to 30 years. Polar bears are amazing animals, and they are a reminder of the beauty and power of the Arctic. It is important to protect these animals and their habitat so that they can continue to thrive. Saltwater crocodile comparative advantage in the fight. Saltwater crocodiles are the largest living reptiles on Earth. They can grow up to 23 feet long and weigh up to 2,200 pounds. Their bite is the strongest of any living animal. It can exert up to 3,700 pounds of force, which is enough to crush bones. Saltwater crocodiles are excellent swimmers. They can swim for long distances and dive deep underwater. They are ambush predators, which means they will often wait for their prey to come to them before attacking. Saltwater crocodiles are found in saltwater habitats, such as estuaries, rivers, and mangrove swamps. They are also found in some freshwater habitats, such as lakes and swamps. Saltwater crocodiles are apex predators, which means they are at the top of the food chain. They have few natural predators, but they are sometimes killed by tigers, sharks, and humans. Saltwater crocodiles can live for up to 100 years. They are solitary animals, and they only come together to mate. Female saltwater crocodiles lay about 50 eggs at a time. The eggs hatch after about 90 days. The young crocodiles are called hatchlings. Hatchlings are vulnerable to predators, but they can grow to be very large and powerful adults. Saltwater crocodiles are an important part of the ecosystem. They help to keep the population of fish and other animals in check. However, saltwater crocodiles are also a threat to humans. There have been many cases of saltwater crocodiles attacking and killing people. It is important to be aware of the dangers of saltwater crocodiles if you are planning to visit an area where they live. Take precautions to avoid contact with these animals, such as staying away from water at night. Avoiding swimming in areas where crocodiles are known to be present. The battle. The battle between a polar bear and a saltwater crocodile would be a close one. The outcome of the battle would likely depend on a number of factors, including the size and age of the animals, the environment in which the fight takes place, and the skill of the individual animals. If the battle took place in the water, the saltwater crocodile would have a significant advantage. The polar bear is not as agile in the water as the saltwater crocodile. The saltwater crocodile's powerful bite would be a major factor. The saltwater crocodile could easily drag the polar bear underwater and drown it. If the polar bear was able to get on top of the saltwater crocodile, it could use its weight and strength to its advantage. The polar bear could also use its claws and teeth to attack the saltwater crocodile's eyes and gills. If the battle took place on land, the polar bear would have a better chance of winning. The polar bear is much faster on land than the saltwater crocodile, and it could use its size and strength to its advantage. The polar bear could charge at the saltwater crocodile and knock it over. The polar bear could then use its claws and teeth to attack the saltwater crocodile's neck and body. However, the saltwater crocodile is still a dangerous opponent on land. It could use its powerful tail to knock the polar bear off balance. The saltwater crocodile could also use its bite to inflict serious injuries. Ultimately, the outcome of the battle between a polar bear and a saltwater crocodile is difficult to predict. Both animals are powerful predators with their own strengths and weaknesses. The battle would likely be a close one, and either animal could potentially win. The size and age of the animals, the larger and older the animals are, the stronger and more experienced they will be. This would give them an advantage in the battle. The environment in which the battle takes place could also affect the outcome. If the battle takes place in the water, the saltwater crocodile would have a significant advantage. However, if the battle takes place on land, the polar bear would have a better chance of winning. The skill of the individual animals. The skill of the individual animals could also play a role in the outcome of the battle. If one animal is more skilled than the other, it could have an advantage. For example, a polar bear that has been hunting for many years would have more experience than a saltwater crocodile that has only been hunting for a few years. This experience could give the polar bear an edge in the battle. Ultimately, the outcome of the battle between a polar bear and a saltwater crocodile is difficult to predict. Both animals are powerful predators with their own strengths and weaknesses. The battle would likely be a close one, and either animal could potentially win. The presence of other animals, if there were other animals present, they could also affect the outcome of the battle. If there were a group of polar bears present, they could work together to take down the saltwater crocodile. The luck of the draw. Sometimes, the outcome of a battle can be determined by luck. If the polar bear is able to land a lucky blow, it could knock the saltwater crocodile unconscious and win the battle. My take on this fight is that it would be a close one, and either animal could potentially win. The polar bear has several advantages, including its size, strength, and claws and teeth. The polar bear is also an excellent swimmer, which would give it an advantage if the battle took place in the water. However, the saltwater crocodile also has several advantages, including its powerful bite, and its agility in the water. The saltwater crocodile is also an ambush predator, which means it would likely be able to catch the polar bear by surprise. If the battle took place in the water, the saltwater crocodile would have a significant advantage. The crocodile is an excellent swimmer and it is much more agile in the water than the polar bear. The polar bear would be at a disadvantage in the water and could easily be drowned. However, if the battle took place on land, the polar bear would have a better chance of winning. The polar bear is much faster on land than the crocodile and it could use its size and strength to its advantage. The polar bear could also use its claws and teeth to attack the crocodile's eyes and gills. If the two animals were of equal size and age, the outcome of the battle would be more difficult to predict. Both animals would be evenly matched, and the battle could go either way. In the end, I think the outcome of the battle would depend on the individual animals involved. If the polar bear was larger and stronger than the saltwater crocodile, it would have a better chance of winning. However, if the saltwater crocodile was more agile and experienced, it could still win the battle. It is also possible that the battle could end in a draw. If neither animal was able to land a decisive blow, the battle could continue until both animals were too exhausted to continue fighting. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching and found this video informative. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel for more videos about animals, nature, and wildlife.